you, especially at work. So you have to be emotionally intelligent, and that's being aware of who you are and controlling your emotions and ensuring that it does not impact positively on the people around you. It's also being aware, emotionally aware of the people around you. You know your staff, you know when they are happy, you know when they are not, and you are able to keep emotions in check so that it does not get in the way of achieving the common goal. Resilience. This is the um, ability to not only to adjust to the complex, uncertain, disruptive environments. Resilience is not just being able to adjust. You evolve, you grow in it, and you actually thrive in it. So life has happened, as they say. Life happens. Life has happened. But how do you react to the life that has happened? Resilience is saying that not only will you adjust to the life that has happened, you actually grow. You see it as an opportunity for growth, and you seize that opportunity, and you grow and you thrive, you know, after life has happened. So that's resilience. Adaptability is related closely to resilience. Is also being in a position to adjust quickly. Like when COVID happened in the year 2020, nobody was prepared for COVID. But look at Lagos State. Lagos State was able to adapt. So we couldn't go out. So we were having Zoom meetings. We couldn't go out. They say work from home. So the state adapted to that disruptive and complex situation that COVID brought. So these are core competencies that impactful leaders need to lead effectively. And we're talking about real impact in Lagos State Public Service. Yes, the whole essence of this engagement is to point out that wherever you are serving, you are a leader and you can impact positively on the good people of Lagos State. So these are some of the competencies. Next slide, please. Practical tools for everyday impact. So, okay, so we've moved to, when we started this engagement, we were officers of the state. So we said a mindset shift is required so that we start to see ourselves as leaders that we are. So we have moved from being just officers, we have moved to being leaders. So we've discussed now all the things, all the competencies we need to be an effective leader: collaboration, adaptability, technical skills, organizational skills, emotional intelligence. Yes, we need all those things. So we're in a good place already. What this next slide is telling us is, okay, so what are the tools? How can I be helped? Okay, yes, I'm seeing myself as a leader. Yes, okay, I have all these competencies, but I need some tools to be able to lead effectively. So some of the tools are technology. Yes, we've talked about AI briefly. Yes, we have to embrace technology. Technology is here to help us, and we should see it in that light, and we should embrace it so that it makes our work easier. Decision making would be so much more easier, would be more impactful if we adopt technology. Technology makes things faster. We know our challenges in the service, that we're still very we have not embraced technology fully due to no fault of ours. I know we'll get to that maybe in the next slide or two. But technology is our friend, is a tool, and if we embrace it, it would make our journey of leading more effectively. Knowledge sharing, yes. No man is an island and nobody knows it all. Nobody knows it all. So we have to share knowledge. The era of hoarding information, the era of hoarding knowledge, being only one person can do personnel budgets in one ministry, that era should be gone, dead and buried. We're in an era where there should be open information and knowledge sharing. I'm aware that many MDAs have knowledge sharing sessions. It's very, very good. Local governments who have knowledge sharing sessions is good, but it's something that should be more popular in the Lagos State Public Service. Knowledge sharing sessions, so that we up our game, we sharpen our skills, and we have deeper knowledge, relevant knowledge of what we do. So knowledge sharing is a tool that we should all embrace. Mentoring, this is something that is not very common in service, but it's a very practical tool for everyday impact. Seek for mentors. Seek for mentors. And mentoring is simple. It's just somebody who has gone through that path before you and has succeeded. So that person is holding your hand and telling you, do it this way, do it that way, don't do it. When I did it this way, this was the results. So you don't have to go through that path, so that you don't get into the pitfall that I fell into. That's mentoring. So seek for mentors, those who have gone through the path that you are on and have succeeded, so that your journey to leading and your journey of leading is more impactful. Data is, they say, is the new big money. Data is important. When you work with data, you speak authoritatively. Your decisions are rooted in science. Your decisions are rooted in science and not just a rule of thumb. So data is key. I have my experience with data. Maybe after the presentation, I would share my experience of what we were able to do with data for the local government service. Partnerships, that's another very important tool, and it's similar to collaboration. Seek partnerships. If you seek to accomplish a task and you know you are limited in certain areas, seek others who have the knowledge in the areas where you fall short. The ultimate aim is to achieve a goal. We know where we're going. So if you need to pick others along to share, to learn from their experience, to learn from their expertise, so be it. There's no shame in it. So seek partnerships in your journey of leading. Thank you. So we're moving. We're leaders. We have moved from officer to leader. We know the core competencies that are required. Yes. We know the tools that would aid us in our journey of leading. Yes. So we are comfortable as leaders now. We have become leaders in our own right. In our little corner, we're leading. So to be a leader, there must be a purpose and vision. Purpose and vision. What do we want to achieve? It's not only about strutting all over the place. I'm a leader, I'm level this, I'm grade level that, I have been appointed as this and that. No. Where are we going? What is the purpose and vision? And as public servants of Lagos State, our vision is the vision of Lagos State. That's what we want to achieve. That's why we leave home every morning, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., to go to work. We want to help achieve that vision of Lagos State by achieving the vision of our MDA. by doing the best that you can in your little corner, that task that you have been assigned. How best can you do it? So you keep your eyes on the vision. To be a leader, you have to lead by example. You lead by example, and this is where I will situate things like integrity, honesty, hard work, dedication. These are attributes that are essential if you want to make a real impact in the Lagos State Public Service. If you want to be a leader that is impactful, you have to be authentic. You cannot be authentic if you don't have integrity. You cannot influence others if you are not honest, or you are not hardworking, you are lazy. You are never found where there is work to be done. You are moving from MDA to MDA from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. From there, you go and join the staff boss. That's not leadership. So you have to lead by example. Be the change. There's many things we're not happy with in service. We talk about it. Yes, service is this, service is that, service is the other one. But be the change you want to see in service. That is leadership by example. Also, we have empowerment. I mentioned it the other time that if we are given a task to do, it's not about controlling your team members. It's about empowering them, giving them the necessary tools they need to achieve the goal. Continuous learning, this is very important. Even if you have a PhD, you can't stop learning. You can't stop learning. The day you start to, well, this day you stop learning is the day you start to die gradually, intellectually. So we have to continually learn. New things are coming up every day in the different professions. So you have to keep abreast of what is relevant in your profession, in your task, in your daily job as a Lagos State public servant. Decision making is key to leading. The resources are limited. We've said the environment is complex and disruptive and uncertain. So we have to take decisions all the time. A leader must be bold to take tough decisions. A leader must be very bold to take tough decisions to achieve the stated and the common goal. So what are the challenges that we face as public servants, the challenges in our journey of leading? There are few that I have enumerated here, but I don't like to dwell too much on challenges. When we talk about challenges, we talk about solutions as well. And that's one very important trait of a leader. Problem-solving skills you must have it. So there's infrastructure deficits. There's no doubt about that. Even within the Alausa Secretariat and the first Secretariat in GRA, power is a constant issue. Yes, we have that, but we can't, because of that, fold our hands. We have to work around it. So there's infrastructure deficit. There's no internet connectivity most of the time. Yes, we know that, but we have our personal devices that we can deploy, to get our work done. Limited resources, forever and ever, resources will be limited. There's nowhere in the world that they say, oh, we have enough resources. It's never enough. So within the limitations, we still have to keep our eyes on the vision and ensure that we achieve our goal. Increased citizens' expectations. Yes, I think the world of the internet has opened many eyes, and the citizens expect so much from us, so much from us. We must rise to the challenge, and within the limited resources, ensure that we deliver on the dividends of democracy to the good people of Lagos State. Political influence, yes. Public servants, civil servants were supposed to be apolitical. We're not supposed to engage in the game of politics in what we do. But we're at a stage where politics is mixed with bureaucracy, with what we do as public servants. So we just have to find a way to walk the very delicate terrain of politics in governance. Complex regulations, yes, so many rules, so many guidelines. We have to work our way through it. It's part of the challenges that we face. But in spite of all, we must keep our eyes on the goal and ensure that the shared vision is achieved. Siloed departments, yes, this is common in service where every ministry is working, like this is my business, this is my mandate, but we're at a stage where MDAs must collaborate. MD departments must collaborate. For instance, in the HR space, the MDAs of Civil Service Commission, Public Service Office, and Ministry of Establishments and Training, we must come together. We must come together. And the good news is we are indeed coming together. There are so many committees, so many programs going on where the HR agencies are collaborating. The review of the public service rules is there. They were working on a conversion policy for the service. All the HR agencies, including that of the local government, were all working together. So another area where these siloed departments is evident, and I know they're working to come together to collaborate is in the built industry, the Ministry of Environment, the Office of Drainage, the Ministry of Works. They must collaborate to ensure that the Thames Plus agenda is realized. So those are some of the challenges that we face. But as they say, we move. We cannot be held down by challenges. Call to action. So this is a call to action to each and every one of us on this call. We have to take responsibility. I said it earlier, you cannot afford to be limited by your grade level or your age or your position. Take responsibility. How can we do things better? How can I improve on the task that I have? This is my job. How can I make it better? How can I achieve better results for my MD? We have to take responsibility. We have to engage in lifelong learning. We keep learning, we keep improving, we keep self-developing to ensure that we are equipped and we have the core competencies to make us effective leaders. This is what I call plot your SWOT. We know SWOT as the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what are your strengths? You must know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, and what I mean by plot your SWOT is how can the opportunities, how can you use them to suppress your weaknesses? How can you use your strengths to take care of these threats that you have? So that's what I mean by plot your SWOT. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, recognize the opportunities open to you, seize them, and use your strengths to weaken the threats to your journey of leading. Build relationships. Yes, as you were in various places, as you come across each other, leave good impression, build relationships. You don't know when and how you will need each other. We've emphasized a lot about collaboration and partnership. So building relationship is a necessary step and is a tool that would aid collaboration and working in partnership with others. So as you journey on in service, build relationships as you go. Be resilient. I've explained resilience before. When the gbas come, so be ready with the gbos. That is being resilient and your ability to evolve, grow, and thrive in the uncertain world of work that we have. Concludingly, I would like to leave us with what is known as the 3 R's in your journey of leading. Remember this. Take it away from this Sunday evening engagement. The first is relevance. Seek to be relevant wherever you are. Even if it's just in your department, if it's in your MDA, seek to be relevant. How do you seek to be relevant? Volunteer to do things, come up with new ideas. If there's something going on, research on it and give your view of it. Somebody who wants to be relevant is not somebody who is always shying away from additional responsibility. Show the skills that you have. Seek to be relevant. And with relevance comes the second R, which is recognition. When they know you have a skill, you have displayed your skill, they would recognize you. You will be duly recognized. So when there's a task and an important job, they'll say, oh, go and call Lagbaja for me. The recognition has come because you have made yourself relevant earlier. So they want a delegation to Mr. Governor to go and present something. Go and call me Mr. So and so or Miss so and so, because that officer has displayed some traits. When you seek to be relevant in your MDA, then they would recognize the skills that you have. But if you have valuable skills and you just sit down in your one corner, when they call you, you come up with excuses as to why you cannot, like play a role or something, then you just be in that corner and the world will pass you by. So with relevance, when you seek for relevance, the recognition would come. And after recognition, the reward will come. We've seen it happen severally in service. So by God's grace, we would all get rewarded. Remember, leadership is not a title or position. It is an action. Therefore, you can lead where you are for real impact in Lagos State government public service. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. If you have any question, you can raise up your hand by using the emoji. And before we go to question and answer section, please, you can join us for any updates on our Telegram channel. We have the link there. So you can join our Telegram channel for updates on our program. And secondly, if you miss all our program, our previous program, you can join and click on our YouTube link and check other program. Mr. Sabado. Okay. Unmute yourself, Mr. Sabado. Sabado,
Okay.
unmute
yourself. I've unmuted myself, yeah.
Okay, you have the floor, sir.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Good evening to my distinguished mentor, a role model, and a very resilient, very intellectual capacity in person of the PS, Mrs. Ebidi Lomo Olusegun. First and foremost, I want to appreciate your worth of experience, which you have displayed in an excellent way in passing knowledge. What we have learned, we will learn and we continue to motivate or build on what have been undergoing in series of learning as a core in accounting principle. Well, I'll just employ the indulgence of this honorable house. Since productivity boosts quality service delivery is a subject of continuous learning. Aside those who have individual passion for self-development, I want the establishment, the commission, to make it a thing of concurrently, so that there will be more training, there will be more because the world is going global now. So since technology is now being innovated, is being used now, another thing, I want the commission through the leadership of the PS to see from angle of impacting more of the training professionalism.
Mm.
Mr. Sabado, are you still there, sir? Unmute yourself, Mr. Sabado.
Yeah, that's one thing. So
Okay.
also in from the core value of the subject, look at leadership. Leadership is a very complex among the principle and the function of a personality trait. It means that when you are equipped, there will be transformation in the spirit of knowledge acquisition you have gathered, which is transformed to the followers to the system you are into. So in the scope of where we are, for instance, local government system administration, series of people of different background, different philosophical knowledge and pedigree are there. But cohesiveness could give us more attributes to success in the core value of leadership quality and traits we help possess. Then also, with concurrent change of innovation, which it has to do with resilience, as I said earlier on. Most leaders see themselves as I'm this, I'm that. But meanwhile, team building is a subject for achievement of a core value. I see those things happening in the scope of where we are. I won't mention the government, I won't mention the system, but self pride. When you talk about somebody who's a leader, who is a mentor, who mentor people, who wants people to achieve goals, achievement of series of things, you must come down to the level, you must cooperate, you must get together, get towards the core value of, for instance, now where I am, assessment, that is an appraiser. So that way a leader will know whether you are imparting knowledge, whether you are creating value or not. Not as I'm this, I'm that. It's a temporary measure. No matter the case may be, I always impart knowledge in the sense that look at the service we have. Two key cardinal points will exist somebody in service, which is length of service or age, a very key index. So it means that what you are able to impart, what you are able to contribute within the context of the service in nature, people will be able to emulate and assess you. Oh, this person is a leader. This person has that quality the idea
Are
of
you
aliens in nature, all those things. But commission, as I've stated earlier on, I'm doing with PS, I've stated now, if there is a physical one, tailoring professionalism, let people see the
are you still with us?
system is now being professional. It's for the a formidable influence. So that everybody will come together, assisted in coordinating this Zoom meeting, this lecture part is highly excellent. It's very, very, we see some thematic words. In fact, I say thank you to my peers. Thank you to everybody who gave the time to participate in this August call. On that note, I want to, draw the curtain now at this junction. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sabado, for your contribution, sir.
Hello, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Dr.
Yes, sir.
Taufik.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Taufik, unmute yourself, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay. Taufikat.
Good
Sorry
evening,
for
sir.
good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, well done for this knowledge hub. And I really want to use the opportunity to thank my PS ma. The lecture was very impactful and gives more light for me in particular, because really leadership we have really dealt with in every form, ma. And we believe we are equipped by God's grace. Like, ma, I need you to just maybe advise or shed more light. You talked about silos departments. You use the agencies like ministries, like local government to explain it. But I have an issue here. When it comes to departments now in the ministry or agency, I'm in finance and account department. I'm an accountant, but I should have that. I have other units to make my work, faster, to deliver my task as a fund, as an officer in the expenditure and in budget and expedition department. Like, I need the auditor, the audit unit, internal audit unit of my agency, the procurement unit, the let's say the three of us, even the planning unit. But I discovered where I am now, I don't want to mention my agency, that yes, we are trying to have that teamwork, but a particular unit, we think that we are not even working to achieve the same goal. It's, in fact, I thought initially when I just to head that unit, I thought, well, maybe it's just that scenario, that situation. But it becomes so like, this is this person's method. He's a senior director, but it's not even like all these leadership traits you said, it's not part of the person. And it's slowing my own work, because it's my own work is very important, is very key. And like, we follow you as our mentor. We want to achieve. We look for a way of getting things. When I got there, I saw the challenges. I tried to reform, which by God's grace, our accounting officer is helping. I was happy, but I now got to this aspect of this very particular unit that is slowing someone down. Then there was a situation where we were with my accounting officer, and like, my senior colleague was trying to, like, I should not talk, so that it's like, maybe you are indicting him or something. I kept quiet. But ma, persistently, this to keep on slowing my work down, which is very germane, is very important to the whole agency. What can I do? I still have that issue now, that the person is not really getting it. He will tell you this cannot be possible. Well, you know that this is principle. Any principle that is right can never be wrong. You will tell you, it's not possible. We know it's possible. You will be telling us it's not possible. At that point, I even leave my senior colleague. I'll go and explain to my accounting officer that when I'm having these challenges, because of this person, not because my officers are not doing what should be done at the right time to achieve the goal, the task given to me. Ma, I need your motherly advice on how to tackle this particular person. The authority there, they are there, or at the same time, they don't understand that your little daughter that is there now is a new sheriff that want to work, that want to do what is right, that want to, I don't know, that want to achieve that purpose.
Okay.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma, for that. PS, we attend to you now. PS, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma.
Okay, thank you. I was waiting for you to
Okay.
unmute me.
Yes, ma. All
Yes,
right, ma.
Dr.
Taufikat.
Taufikat, yes, I
Yes,
hear you loud and clear. There are such people in many MDAs, those with fixed mindsets, àwọn oníkòṣeéṣe, you know, and they seek to like bring you down to their own level of inefficiency. Please be determined. Keep that determination. They have to rise to your level of efficiency. Don't go down to meet anybody in their level of efficiency. As the way forward, I can only advise that you continue to engage such people. You continue to engage that, you said this thing is not possible, but if we do this and we do that, I think it can work. Try it. Let's see if it can work. I was happy to hear that your accounting officer is someone, like who is on the same page with you. So if need be, as a last resort, seek the intervention of your accounting officer. But I think engaging with that colleague of yours, like continually and in a calm manner, like try and hopefully I think that will yield the desired results. And if it doesn't, then you have to find a way to walk around the officer. But as a last resort, you can also seek the intervention and help of your accounting officer. Mr. Salvador, thank you for your contribution. Your points are well taken.
Okay, thank you, ma. In the chat box, Clara said, thank you, ma, for this insightful lecture. Ma, experience has shown that in most cases, officers that have strived to deploy and practicalize core competencies highlighted by you are not rewarded because they don't have godfathers. The process of selection of those rewarded in service is not objective. What is your view of getting it right, ma?
Okay. I would not agree 100% with the lady who asked that question. I know there's a lot of subjectivity. At the same time, I know that objectivity also comes to play. At least at every level that I have been in a position to, like determine, like who is to be rewarded. I know I do it with the best of my ability, and those who are contributing effectively are duly rewarded. I know that where I should pretend, we try to bring that to fore. However, it will be foolhardy to say it does not exist in service, that godfatherism does not exist, or only those with godfathers get rewarded. No, keep doing the good work that you are doing. Keep doing it. You can't say because you are in this particular place now and the reward system is faulty, so you stop working hard, or you stop being a good leader, or you stop accomplishing your task. No, you can't afford to stop. You have to wear the toga of Johnny Walker. You keep working. You keep moving higher. The reward will certainly come. Remember the 3 R's: relevance, recognition, and reward. The reward will, even if it's not in your present MDA or your present local government, your hard work will, by God's grace, never be in vain, and you will be rewarded. I admit that our processes can be better, and that's why we're having this kind of engagement. Let's all be a good leader in our little corner. Collectively, we'll see the changes that we desire in service.
Yes, ma. Thank you. Mr. Adekunle Johnson Agiri, unmute yourself.
And thank you, Mr. Moderator. I appreciate our facilitator, my peers, Mrs. Bikike Lomo Olusekun, Bibi Lomo Olusekun. It's been an impactful session with you this evening, ma.
Thank you.
I had already pleaded this same position at a former fora, and I was really misunderstood. Now, for you to drive change, you need to be passionate. For you to deliver service, you need to be passionate. I must, on the other note, I must tell you, the way you deliver your points, calmly and purposefully and intentionally, reminds me of when I was in the primary school and my mom used to teach us. She speaks like you calmly, slowly, and intentionally. The only thing that you did differently is you didn't supply any slap. My mother you reward you with any slap if you make a mistake, but you speak like that, and that's what I like. What I want to say is this, ma, and I've said it before I've reaching this evening. These knowledge sharing sessions through the webinar are the best thing for Lagos State public service. If we are really being sincere about improving competencies and service delivery, I had witnessed 3 in my memory now. The one on customer relations by the chairman of local government service commission, Mr. Our chairman, local government service commission, then and this one now. Sessions like this are confidential and it reaches a wider audience. And I think what my colleagues and I'm speaking for my own set, I'm an admin, HR practitioner. What we lack, especially those of us in local government, is the up-to-date training. The commission is putting its best. But when we come to the commission, we see our colleagues on the webinar all the time. During the COVID-19 of 2020, you pointed out, I can remember spending days on different webinars. It fills us a day and it improved our service delivery. So I would suggest that you plead on behalf of my junior colleagues and those of us still in service, my colleagues, that we want this kind of webinar weekly, on weekends, weekly, when in the comfort of our homes, we can go into the bedroom away from the noise of the family and listen to you and feel confident to come out and ask questions, even the presence of senior colleagues. And I want to assure you, my dad, we have seen our weaknesses, we have seen our limitations, and we are consciously working towards and receptive to change. I want you to continue in this manner. And I can tell you, by the time this commission leaves the stage, it will have been the most impactful, most innovative commission we've had. And you'll be one of I think the only players that impacted me like this was Mr. I forgot, Ashimi. After Mr. Ashimi, sir, you are the coming close to you. You really impacted me, and then you give 1 or 2 lessons, and I want to be like you. Thank you. God bless you, man. I'm so grateful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson Aguirre. Your points are well taken. If you remember, we introduced webinars, to complement our in-class training for officers in the local government service. It will continue. We're encouraged by your words, and we'll do the best that we can. That is regular. We cannot do weekly, Mr. Johnson Aguirre, but we'll make it more regular than it is now. Thank you.
Good evening, ma. My honorable peers,
Good evening, Doctor.
Mrs. Bibi Lomo Olusekun, full knowledge that you have imparted into us. Pardon? Hello?
Go ahead, sir.
All right.
Go ahead, sir.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want to, okay, good evening, ma. I just want to remind you of the thing you said you will share with us concerning data. And we know that without data, it's like walking blindly along the road. So concerning our job, concerning our work, you say you will share your experience with us in that regard. And also, I want to say that this webinar should be enlarged because others that try to join could not join because they said it is filled up. Maybe if the capacity can be increased to like 500 or 1,000, it will, impact more people within the Lagos State public service. And finally, I want to appreciate you for standing your ground, taking decisions that has impacted the local government service. We can see what is going on within the local government system now that things are changing, transformations are taking place, all due to your visionary efforts concerning impacting the local government system and not leaving it the way you met it. So I just want to appreciate you, and I want to hear your experience on that issue of data. I'm very much interested. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Unmute yourself, ma.
Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Banjoko. Thank you for your kind words. It's gratifying, I'm reassured that we're doing something right for the local government service. Regarding my experience with data, I'll just summarize it very quickly. So when I became permanent secretary at the Office of Local Government Staffs and Training, as you know, establishment is in charge of personnel budget. So we have that annual exercise where we collate the personnel cost for the incoming year, so that the government is clear as to how much money would be going in terms of salaries and allowances. But with that data, that personnel cost, the primary document is the nominal roll. So while the personnel cost is concerned with the naira and kobo of things, we thought that all that information can also be a source of data for decision making. So what did we do? We cost an analysis of the personnel in the local governments. Because I mean, I was getting to this ministry, to this office, and knew, local government is not my comfortable area, if you understand. I'd never worked in a local government. I've never been in local government service commission throughout my years in service. So it was a new area for me. And it was like, okay, so we have all this information. Let's turn it into useful data. So we analyzed the personnel in the local government. So the analysis took us to the sex, how many women and how many men do we have in the local government service? And we realized that it was almost like 50-50. The percentage difference wasn't much. That's about gender. So I can confidently tell you that there's gender equality in the local government service. The number of men and women are almost the same. But we also analyzed the age, and that's brought out a glaring data that we had an aging population in the local government service. It may be the same in the mainstream also, but the youth population, and youth, I mean between ages 18 to 40, we had less than 10% in the local government service. That was an eye-opener for us. That was what we saw in the area of age. In the area of grade level, we realized that officers grade level 07, they form 33.3%. A third of the workforce in the local government service are GL07. And we know that GL07 are populated by stagnated officers and by officers, maybe drivers who stagnated officers. So if a third of the workforce are stagnated officers, what level of productivity can one expect from such a workforce? So that was an eye-opener. So we analyzed other things, which cadre ranks highest. I think we have a lot of education officers, we have clerical officers, and if level 7 is the highest, that's chief clerical officer. So that means they form the bulk of. But we didn't stop at just analyzing and be looking at the problem. We now thought, okay, so how can we tackle this issue we have seen? So we wrote to Mr. Governor. There's a dearth of officers in the level 4, level 3, clerical assistants, clerical officer, level 3, 4, 5. Like the number is like almost non-existent in the local government service. So we wrote to Mr. Governor to recruit junior officers to populate the clerical officer cadre, and not just populate, because of the high number of officers that are stagnated. We said, okay, those coming in must be university ready. They must be higher institution ready. So we said they must have their 5 credits, either 2 sittings or 1 sitting. They must have English and maths, so that upon confirmation 2 years into service, they can go and further their studies, because we don't want to recruit those who would go and add to the large population of stagnated officers. So it was the data analysis that made it obvious to us what to do. So it made our decision making scientific. And graciously, Mr. Governor acceded to our recruitment request, and that the officers must have 5 credits. And not only that, we put an age limit. We don't want people who are 40-something already, who did their O-levels 20 years ago. Those are not the kind of officers we want. So we made a conscious effort that they must be youths, so that analysis that we have seen that the local government service is aging, we'll be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. One, we would populate the clerical, so that there's continuity in service. There's no threat to, like if officers retire, who are the people who would take over? So we succeeded in populating the clerical cadre at the same time with young people, because we put an age barrier to it. So if we didn't do that data analysis, we wouldn't have been aware of that problem, and we wouldn't have been able to solve it. So we were able to move from the analysis to identification of the problem and to solving that problem. That is one. We also, when my citation was being read, they said that I coordinated the resuscitation of the LASU PSSDC 2-year diploma program. Let me tell you about that. The LASU PSSDC 2-year program was specially designed long before I got to the Office of Local Government Establishment and Training, long before. It was specially designed for officers who are stagnated so that they can, move from that stagnation, level and go up to level 8, 9, and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, it's a 2-year diploma program. Unfortunately, the NCE, National Council on Establishments, rule that diploma issued by universities are for proficiency only. You cannot use it for conversion. So when we did this data analysis and we saw the large band of stagnated officers, we went back to look at that LASU PSSDC diploma program. LASU is a Lagos State institution. PSSDC is the Lagos State institution. If they've come up to design a program, why should we now say it cannot be used for conversion? But we couldn't do it by pronouncement. We had to engage all the critical stakeholders in the HR space of Lagos State. And we wrote to Mr. Governor that this is a specially designed program. It will solve this problem. And Mr. Governor again acceded to our request, and we resuscitated the LASU PSSDC program. So we did a refresher course for them. They did CBT. So the good news is officers who possess that diploma now can progress by promotion up to grade level 12. So we were able to get that program to be accepted for conversion. So we are hopeful that in a few years, that huge band of stagnated officers will reduce drastically, because once they go through that program and they can progress up to grade level 12. The state also sponsor people for that program, and officers can also sponsor themselves. So that's my experience with data. We were able to use it to solve problems in the local government service.
Thank you very much, ma. So lastly, let me take Mr. Sanusi. Mr. Sanusi, unmute yourself. Sanusi Abdulhakim.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear,
Yes.
sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Good evening, ma. Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I'd like to appreciate the facilitator for this program. You have the little time I've spent here, I have gained a lot. And the major point I'd like to reiterate tonight is the fact that Dr. Banjoko, if I got the name right, made a point. On one of his points is that he wants us to work on the capacity for this program. If you notice, within the first 15, 20 minutes, this platform was filled to capacity. If not for persistence, I wouldn't have been able to join. It took me almost 45 minutes. I was waiting that, sorry to say, somebody's connection will go off, then I will be able to come in. And that was exactly what happened. And I know it must have happened to quite a large number of people. Considering, talking about data that Mrs. Lusheko just spoke about, we have an idea of how many we are in service. So definitely 300 is just a small capacity for this very important program. So that's
Thank you.
So that's what I'd like to repeat.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me clarify. This platform is an initiative of one of us. This is not an initiative of Office of Local Government Establishment and Training. Is a passionate officer, Mr. Jamiu Onosoya, who owns this platform. He only invited me to come and speak. And in the beginning, I already said that it's a very commendable thing that he's doing. This is from his own private resources. But I have taken the lesson from what Dr. Banjoko said and what you have said as well, that as an office, and in charge of capacity building of officers in the local government service. We need to do more in the area of knowledge sharing on platforms like this, and we would continue. We would be more consistent than we are now, and I think a weekend program is also maybe more suited than having it during working hours. But we'll take it very seriously, and you will see positive changes very soon. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma.
Mhm.
So, for the capacity, as Pierre said, this platform is individual platform. We bring up this platform because we can't leave everything for government to do. We can't leave everything for our ministers, our MDAs to do, right? So that's why we come up with these initiatives. We have two types of this program. We have one purely on mentorship, and this one generalize all cadres. So you can join our Telegram if you have if you are interested to be joining us every weekend, every Sunday, at least 4 Sundays in a month. Join our Telegram for updates. The other side of the program, you will get the update, and our program, you will get the update. So you make use of that chat box and join our Telegram. So thank you, Ma. As our culture here, we call on anybody randomly to appreciate our guests. I will call on, okay, Mr. We want to say something. I'm coming, sir. Mr. Awe, unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you, my sake. Good evening, everyone on the call, our leaders and
Good evening, sir.
directors. My special greeting goes to our peers. You know what I will always say about you. So, for every other person, I'll say I am not. There's nothing that will come from Mrs. Bibi Lomo that will be a kind of surprise to me. I think she's the maid leader from BAT by God Almighty, and she has always put herself more and more on what God had actually made her to be. So, and we had always prayed that may God give you a very long life and good health,
Amen.
and your cerebral capacity and the dissemination of all that you have given to everyone that come across you. May you have the reward here and the thereafter.
Amen.
So that being said, let me say this. When you look at somebody as a mentor up there, sometimes you might not even have interaction with them. You might not even work with them. You might not work in their MGA, but you see these people. I think we should also find a way of trying to push ourselves to people that we know are people of substance. On Iru Eyeleye Manto, I will translate because of those who may not know that. We always want to be kind of somebody. So I think it is good for us also as officers to try and move in the pace at which we can get to those people. It's either we're learning from them directly, we are learning from their thought-provoking lectures like this, we are learning from those people who they have mentored or tutored, and we will get there. I am always afraid at a particular time that when the set of people like this leave service, what is service going to look like? We have seen many of them that have left before now, and we are afraid at that time, that can we get this sort of people? But now we are still seeing Mrs. Bibi Lomo and people like her in service today. Then what effort are we doing as an individual person to also be like them? I think that's a challenge. When we're looking at them, what is the challenge? We've seen Dr. Balabo having a platform to train all public servants. We have seen the like of Mr. Jamiu Onosaya doing all of this singularly to make sure that people are well abreast of knowledge. What are we doing individually on our own? Even if we cannot put up a platform like this, in your own small way, what are you doing? I think we need to pull ourselves up and up. Don't wait for people. Don't wait for government. Don't wait for your accounting officer. Don't wait for your director admin and HR. Don't wait for government sponsorship. Let's do it. And also, technology is good now. There are AIs all around. You can learn and learn and unlearn. And until when you are tired, let's use our phone for something very resourceful. We don't need to go into social media, write copy and paste, tell people if you don't post in the next 10 people, when you tell it to 10 persons and your prayer is going to be answered, you leave it and nothing will happen to you. You say, please check forward, do like and stuff. We don't need all of that. With our phone alone, there's nowhere we don't even have AI now. Our Google had AI. Even WhatsApp had AI. There's nothing we cannot learn. And that's why I would want to just advise that Mrs. Bibi Loma has given us sample everywhere she had always gone through. From a staff to everywhere that I've known her. It is one impact, another impact, and another impact. And I, as a person, I'm always so proud of her anytime, any day. So if you have also, the only way you can make her happy is to uplift yourself. So that when the like of them are not in service again, they will be happy that they have left some people behind. And also, let me say this as a last shot that I will add to just, it's a contribution I'm making. And, there is every week where we have such of days. And also we have some other ones that is not even on weekly basis and are for primarily some cadres. I want to beg of you, man, that some cadre has their own knowledge sharing platform, like the CIPM for admin and HR. I wish that maybe on your PSC's platform, man, maybe all of those cadre, maybe you need to speak to the accounting officer for us, that for every cadre, there should be a kind of widespread knowledge sharing platform for all their cadres. Let engineering have, let procurement have, let this, and it should be a consistent one. It should be a consistent one so that people, when you leave an iron without trying to scrape it or clean it, it go rusting. It will just rust there like that. So by the time if the state cannot have the one that will put all of us together at a time, let each cadre, at least each cadre, have a kind of platform that at least once or twice in a month, if the LMS is not working, let each cadre have a kind of platform that they can talk to their people. And let us also, as officer in that cadre, not be too lazy to attend programs. At least we have one for admin and HR, one for general, one for the. We can always do this one. Ama, we want to tell you, and I'm saying this one is a promise, that we will I will make you proud after you leave service. And that is just for the one you have done tonight, man. And we know you are doing another one in another few days to come. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Awe, for your kind
Thank you,
words.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Your point is well taken. Your point is well taken. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, man. Thank you, Mr. Awe. Take home tonight. Madam have given us some expo on employment process. Those of you that are eligible for next promotion. So listen to this program very well on our YouTube channel. Note it. You can't tell me now that you don't know how to. If they ask you anything about employment process, you have the expo now. So I will call on Dr. Lydia. Dr. Lydia, unmute yourself to appreciate our guest. Dr. Adedayo Lydia. Dr. Lydia, are you there? Okay. Mrs. Abimbola Adedipe, are you with us? Mrs. Abimbola Adedipe, unmute yourself. It's our tradition here that we randomly pick names so that for us to know that you really enjoy the program. Abdusalam Fauziat, unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate our guests and let us know how you feel.
Though I joined the webinar late,
Okay.
yes, but I still met them on the issue of employment where the youth were employed instead of the older ones.
Okay.
So let me
You met the expo. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So appreciate madam.
On that note, I want to appreciate our PS for the impactful words and what she has taught us, and it's very, very kind of her to have given us this kind of lecture at this time. I was also blessed through it because I was imagine during the employment, I met them, I saw them at the local government and was like, nobody above 35 among those that were employed. Though I didn't ask questions, but through the way she now explained it now, I can now understand what they meant by employing such a category of hello.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Go ahead, ma.
So
Go ahead, ma.
I want to say a big thank you. Though I'm from the PAC board, I'm an environmental health officer, not an admin person.
All right.
We are all working towards
no problem.
ensuring the vision
Thank you
of
very
Lagos
much.
State.
So I'm very, very grateful. I want to thank you so much. You have done a very good job. You really dissected the webinar. Thank you so much. We look forward for more of this from time to time.
All right. Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, ma.
Okay.
Bye, ma.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.